So Kevin Durant and Draymond Green are back at each other's throats, and we're going to get into it. So before we get into the new beef, we have to backtrack and get into some of the old beef. Now, if y'all remember and recall, once upon a time, Kevin Durant was on Golden State, right? And they formed a super team that nobody liked outside of Golden State. And they won the championship damn near every year if they weren't hurt. But we do remember this moment late in the game against the Clippers, right? I think they force a miss from Lou Williams. Draymond Green gets the ball, rebounds the ball. They're headed up the court, 106-106. KD is clapping at Draymond. Hey, pass the rock. Pass the rock. Draymond does not give the ball to Kevin Durant. Draymond proceeds to turn the ball over, and the Warriors don't even get a shot up, and that's the end of regulation. They go to the bench, and KD's yelling and fussing at Draymond, saying, hey, swing the rock, pal. Swing the rock, buddy. And Draymond proceeds to just flat out disrespect Kevin Durant and say, hey, as y'all see on the screen, hey, MF, I do this too. I was going to give your ass the ball if you wasn't bitching. He also told KD, hey, we won without you. We don't need you. We won without you. And soon after that postseason run, I believe this is 2019, KD, of course, goes down with the Achilles injury, right? Klay Thompson also gets hurt in that playoff run, tears his ACL in the finals against the Toronto Raptors. They lose that series, and Kevin Durant hits the road. But, however, this one is a little bit more lighthearted, right? Right now, what they decided to get into actually was the fact that Kevin Durant had something very interesting to say about offense and defense and the value of it when it comes to winning. Here's what he had to say.
Not touch the basketball, slide left and right, and contest the shot. You have to score.
Here's what he had to say.
You have to score baskets if you want to win a championship. Playing defense, we can get any one of y'all in here to bend your legs, not touch the basketball, slide left and right, and contest the shot. That's easy. But when we're talking about winning at a high level against the best of the best, you cannot just do that and win a basketball game. You have to make shots. And that's why I work on my game so much.
That is what Kevin Durant had to say. Now, let me be very clear. Duh. Right? I think it's quite obvious that Kevin Durant is right in part of that statement. Obviously, you would love to be a good offensive team in a good offensive unit with good quality offensive pieces come playoff time, and you would hope that your role players can make some open shots. You will hope that your star players or your superstar players are able to create opportunities and create looks and knock them down efficiently. However, let's get into the Draymond response, and then I'll get into what I have to say about that as well. So Draymond Green responds to Kevin Durant and says this. Draymond Green fires back at KD's claims that offense wins championships. Draymond, those who don't believe defense is as valuable as it is, they simply don't win. Pop, 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 pop. Few shots fired, if you ask me. I don't think anyone's ever really been hell-bent on caring about the opinion of those that don't win. Bop, 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 bop. Because your opinion equals zero. Reporter, so I hear you, but Kevin has won. Draymond, he won here. And the defense here was, reporter, it was incredible. Draymond, absolutely. Let me say this very quickly about Draymond. I don't know how anybody outside of Golden State, I know this is just a little tangent, little side tangent. I don't know how anybody outside of Golden State enjoys Draymond Green. I'm going to just keep it quite honest with you. I think the guy is insufferable. I think the way that he conducts himself on the court is immature. I think it's very foolish. I think he does a lot of harmful things on the court, like stomp on niggas' chests, right? He puts niggas in headlocks. He flagrant fouls because he's mad. He gets to just berate the refs to no end because that's Draymond, I guess. Meanwhile, Tatum does this. It's a tech. I don't get it. I don't know why they just let him do what he does out there on the court. Now, back to the offense and defense argument. So I did a little research, right? And I went back and I tracked as far as the champions go, were they an elite defense or were they an elite offense? And here's what I found. This is a list dating the latest 2020 going all the way to 1981. And as we see here, I think there's some very interesting finds. The 2020 Lakers, they were 11th best offense, third best defense. 2019 Raptors were fifth offense, fifth defense. By the way, all of these rankings are regular season, not postseason. The 2018 Warriors were the third best offense in the league, the 11th best defense. I looked up the 2018 Warriors playoff defense. Guess where they ranked? Number one. They were the best playoff defense in the league that year. 2017 Warriors, first offense, second defense. Cavs, third best offense, 10th best defense. 15 Warriors, second best offense, first best defense. 14 Spurs, seventh best offense, third best defense. 13 Heat, second best offense, ninth best defense. I believe they were top five in the postseason, if I'm not mistaken. Heat in 2012, eighth best offense, fourth best defense. Right? I think by now you kind of get the trend, right? Newsflash, you need both. Hey, if you want to win a championship, you kind of need to be an elite offense and an elite defense, or at least top 10 in both. Now, there are some outlier years, right? There are, I believe, like 2023, the Nuggets were an elite offense in the regular season. I don't think they were a top 10 defense, if I'm not mistaken. But I also want to say, even in 2023, in the playoffs, they were a top 10 defense, right? So at the end of the day, if you want to win championships, you've got to be good on both ends of the basketball court. I don't even really know why they're going at each other, quasi going at each other or having an argument or debate about this because they're both right. Rare instance where both people in this situation are right. In the playoffs, as far as NBA history goes, though, if I were to choose one, or say one is more valuable than the other, I'm going to lean more towards Draymond. If you go throughout NBA history, the whole totality of NBA history, damn near every championship team is an elite defense. Quite literally. The Celtics in the 60s, the reason why Bill Russell was running off championships like that, they were the best defense in the league. Last year, as we saw, the 2024-2025 champs in OKC, they definitely had their offensive lows. What carried them throughout the year and throughout the playoffs? Historic defense. The 23-24 Celtics, when they won the championship, they had their offensive lows. Everybody talks about their final series in a very disingenuous way. In the 23-24 finals, the Dallas Mavericks held the Boston Celtics to their lowest offensive rating throughout that entire postseason run, which is why it's also very nasty, the narratives that spawned from that finals run or that final series, and these Luka blow-by percentages came up out of nowhere when in actuality Dallas guarded the Celtics better than everybody else did in the playoffs. And that is a fact. You can go look that up yourself. But you know what the Celtics also had? An elite defense with elite defensive personnel. Again, the 23 Nuggets are somewhat of the anomaly here. But if you go to 2022, the Golden State Warriors, what were they? The best defense in the league in the regular season. Top 5, top 6 in the playoffs, with also elite defensive personnel and Draymond Green and GP2 and Andrew Wiggins. And then you go to 2021, and then guess what? The Milwaukee Bucks had the best defense in the playoffs. So, although I can't stand Draymond Green at all, don't like that brother not one bit, to be quite honest with you. If I had to choose who's right in this feud, unfortunately, I would have to side with Draymond Green as far as if I had to choose which one is more valuable when it comes to winning, I'm going to have to pick defense. Let me know what you think down there below in the comments. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Also, make sure you check that description, right? Hit all of those links down below. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok. And make sure that you hit that playback link where we are streaming the NBA games all season long. We're recording this video right now, right after we just saw the Los Angeles Lakers. Shout out to the Lake Show! Just saw the Los Angeles Lakers get another dub against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Number 2 in the West. Number 2 in the West. Also won another game without. Not going to get into that. Not going to get into that again, right? Because y'all are already mad at me under my comments under that video anyway. But until next time, it's been real.